And there's a very real possibility that Donald Trump, the former host of Celebrity Apprentice, will win the nomination and become the next president of the United States. He's got a few hurdles to get over first. But now the bloke who has the same TV hosting job here in Australia, Mark Bouris, has been doing a little bit of thinking of his own. He's made his name as an incredibly successful entrepreneur, the founder of Wizard Home Loans and then Yellow Brick Road. He's featured on BRW's Rich 200 list. In 2015, he was appointed a member of the Order of Australia for service to the finance industry. And, of course, he's also famous for being the host on Celebrity Apprentice Australia. Now, Mark Bouris has got an announcement to make. Mark Bouris, good afternoon.
G'day, Ben. How you going, mate?
I'm all right. Thank you very much for choosing us to share this announcement.
Yeah, well, this is a bit of a scoop for you guys, but I am definitely a Fordham fan. Mate, I'm inspired by what's going on in America, and we have an election coming up in Australia this year, and I'm going to stand for a new party called the Entrepreneurs Party. Australia's full of small business owners and entrepreneurs. There's 2.4 million of us in Australia, underrepresented. No one ever talks to us. All we ever get smashed and regulated. So I think it's about time someone stood up and we run a party. We call it the Entrepreneurs Party, and if we get a majority, mate, I'll be running for Prime Minister.
What?
Yep.
You're doing a Donald.
I'm going to do better than Donald, mate. I can do a lot better than Donald, and a lot of the things that he stands for, I definitely don't stand for. I'm actually here to look after the small business owner, and whatever entrepreneurs want in this country, they're the engine room of this country.
How many people have been saying to you, I mean, I don't know who you brought under the umbrella on this one to get some advice, but how many people have said, hey, Mark, what are you doing? Don't even think about it.
Not many have. In fact, most have said, let's get someone up there who stands for something and stands for the small business owner, the small guy, the little guy. I mean, let's face it, the big guys help themselves all the time. They don't ever, the big corporations, they don't have to actually ever hand anything out to the small guys. The small guys are always in there battling for themselves, and it's about time someone stood up for them. The Labor Party doesn't do it. They haven't done it for a long time. They're just hitting themselves right in the middle. So it's about time someone does it. I'm going to do it.
How long has this been bubbling away?
Oh, years and years. But and lots of people have been encouraging me to do it and been talking to me about doing it for many, many years. And I've got many mentors who have actually been telling me how to plan this, and we've been planning this out for a long time. Look, it just so happens to coincide with what Trump's doing. To be frank with you, it's a totally different process to what Trump is doing. I mean, I'm not sure I really agree with most of the things that Trump's on about. But one thing about him is he's a no-nonsense, no bullshit, frank, upfront, and that's what I intend to do. No bullshit, upfront, frank about what we're doing.
So the Entrepreneurs Party, this is the name of the party that you'll register?
The Entrepreneurs Party, yep. It's going to come up, the registration's going to come up for the next 24 hours. Look out for it. It'll be on Twitter and YouTube and social media, just across the board. It's going to be massive. Massive.
You want to run candidates at the next federal election?
Absolutely. I've got a whole host of people who are going to join me in this so we can get a proper majority. I mean, we've been working underground this whole time, building up. In fact, I've been using your brother. Your brother's a big part of this, Nick. And, in fact, he's in America right now under the guise of doing something in National Geographic, but he's actually over there watching what the Trump machine is doing. He's bringing it back. He's just landed in London. I just saw a tweet from him or Instagram from him. He's bringing back a whole lot of knowledge, and he's a big part of this.
Hang on a second. I'm already getting feedback through. Dennis, good afternoon. Yes,
G'day,
Dennis.
Ben, how are you?
I'm well. What did you want to say about Mark Bouris?
I want to say thank you, Mark, from the bottom of our hearts for the little guys. Thank you for what you are about to do and achieve. And I reckon you will achieve it. Thank you.
Okay, we've got Patrick calling in as well. Hi, Patrick.
How are you, Ben?
Mark Bouris is listening.
Mate, you've got my vote, Mark. It's about time I even thought about it myself, mate. We're small businesses keeping this country afloat, and we get no help or representation whatsoever. Mate, you've got my vote.
Jerry's online. Hello, Jerry.
G'day, mate. How are you?
I'm well.
Mark, I'm in Cairns in far north Queensland. We need you to have a candidate to stand in Cairns. And I'm setting up a small business next year, and I need the support of somebody like you.
Mark, you're getting a lot of feedback coming in already.
Yeah, and they're not plants either. They're not plants either, mate. And it's funny, Ben, that people are getting feedback, and what's very interesting about this is that I'm actually serious about this, the whole point. No politician in this country, even they talk about it, properly represents the small business owners in this country. And the reality is, small business owner in this country is the entrepreneur in the country. It's not the big mining companies. It's not the big banks. It's not the big Coles and Woolworths. They're not. It's the little bloke who makes the milk that goes to Coles and Woolworths. It's the little bloke who grows the grain that goes into the bread for Coles and Woolworths. It's the little bloke who's out there mining and the contractor for the big mining companies. And it's the little bloke who borrows money and goes into business, employs 10 people and borrows money from the bank, and the banks make a fortune out of him.
Hang on a second.
Underrepresented.
Hang on a second. Gus is online. Gus, hello.
G'day, Ben. G'day, Mark. This is Gus from Campbelltown, the old Wizard branch.
How you going, mate?
Good, mate, Mark. Yeah, it's not an April Fool's Day announcement, is it? If it is not, I'm behind you 100%. Tell me it's not. Tell me it's not.
Well, it is actually an April Fool's. It is an April Fool's gag. But let me tell you something. What's interesting, Ben, is that a lot of people see this as an important thing to be done in this country. And if Malcolm Turnbull and of course if the Treasurer is listening now, and they probably are listening to you in the back of their car because they missed the call with you, this is the sort of stuff that Australians want to hear about. Small businessmen.
So it is an April Fool's Day joke, but there's a serious message behind it.
A very serious message behind it, which is why I'm on your show talking about it, because it's got to be. You can't actually have a thing called Entrepreneurs Party, but either party, the coalition or the Labor Party, they must think about the small business owners. I remember the innovation package is a great thing. You know,
mate, I'll tell you what. I'll give you this, mate. You know how to focus our attention on small business. You've been doing it forever, and you've done it again in a big way this afternoon. Because I was just sitting here thinking, okay, wow, all right. I didn't have the Treasurer. I was supposed to be speaking to the Treasurer. Now I've got the bloke who wants to run to be Prime Minister. But you do make a serious point, and mate, you got me. Well done.
All right, Benny. Well, look, mate, if they're listening. And I hope Morrison and Turnbull, you know, and they are great leaders. I hope they're listening to what's going on here and they do something about this for us.
Thanks, mate. Talk to you soon.
Good on you, Champion. See you, mate.
Mark Bouris, April Fool's Day.